the biggest disinflationary shock the world will ever face. The WTO agreement and China entering it was gigantic, but this is of a different order of magnitude. So that's good in some respects, but that disinflationary shock is all part of this work replacement. Why is it disinflationary? Because it replaces humans. And it replaces humans at a scale. So it's kind of like, I think why people are accepting of it so fast, because it's so inevitable, it's because there is no other choice. What are you going to do? Shake your fist at the sky? And we don't know what it means. We don't know what it means for work. We know that if you get it right, you augment yourself on a scale of which you cannot comprehend. Augmented humans is a very attractive thing. So we become super productive units. That's okay. And I think this ludicrous idea of alignment, we must get them aligned with humanity. But then when you listen to Sam Altman speak and you say, well, how does this work? He's like, I don't know. When you listen to him speak to Lex Fridman, he actually asked the honest question, which is, do you think this is AGI? I don't know what it is. And it appears to learn, and it appears not to learn in human ways, which was the same observation DeepMind had when they saw it play Go. And if you watch the documentary, at first it was predictable, then it lost a game, then it became completely unpredictable. And it won every single game ever, because it never played another human move again, essentially. And so I don't know how you align it. Humans aren't aligned. This is Emad Mostak's big point. He's like, I'm sorry, but Pakistan AI is different to Indian AI.
People have been discussing AI world domination for years, robots replacing us in our jobs and deleting humans entirely. We have all seen movies and heard science fiction stories about this, and they don't end well. Investors like Cathie Wood, Raoul Pal, and Mark Yusko have been saying that AI technology along blockchain would be the future and some of the best investments in our lifetime. But no one expected it to come to the retail hands so fast. ChatGPT, or ChatGPT-4 with the updated version, an interface that Mihai's user prompts with AI, took the internet by storm. From its release on November 30th of 2022 until now, it already has over 1.16 billion users according to DemandSage.com, the fastest adoption of a new technology humanity has ever seen. With that, new opportunities arrived, and people are using them to increase productivity and create new income sources. But this is just the beginning. In this video, we will have Raoul, founder of Raoul Vision, explain how this will take the world to a whole new level and how AI will fit in the world's economy, inflation, and even a possible recession. So pay close attention, as this interview will open your mind to what's coming.
Within 3 months of that hitting, which was a big shock to everybody. That interview was a huge shock. It kind of, everybody went, shit, I did not know any of this. And then ChatGPT-4 came out, and then it just went, you know, the biggest thing we've ever seen. So yeah, I was lucky, just by random, I got into this. As you said, we've all been aware of this for a while, but I had that acceleration moment with the first interview with Emad, where I'm like, oh my God, this is happening now. And he's already telling us back then, which was what, November or something, he was like, yeah, well, text to video, video to video, is like, we can create fake characters. He goes, he's buying sports rights to some of the most famous people, I can't really give it away, of all times, going to trade AI so they can compete. People who've never competed before. And it's like that, as you were talking about, this warping, what is reality? Reality doesn't exist in the way that we understand it to exist anymore. And once you understand that, that was the first breakthrough for me. And then it was the understanding that this is the replacement of human knowledge at scale. So first we can augment ourselves, but it also replaces ourselves as well. And knowledge was not scalable, not in the same way. But this now becomes infinitely scalable. And it will keep playing out as these other exponential technologies become implemented. Just think, I was in New York when I was reading a thread on Twitter. I was in an Uber, and it was a thread about the rise of autonomous vehicles in California and how this guy, whether he's in the industry, he's around tech industry, he's like, 3 years ago I'd see a couple of these things, and now I see them every day, 10 times a day. And I looked around me in New York City, and every car was an Uber, a taxi, a bus driver. And you're like, oh my God, AI, all of this stuff together is the biggest disinflationary shock the world will ever face. The WTO agreement and China entering it was gigantic, but this is of a different order of magnitude. So that's good in some respects, but that disinflationary shock is all part of this work replacement. Why is it disinflationary? Because it replaces humans. And it replaces humans at a scale. So it's kind of like, I think why people are accepting of it so fast, because it's so inevitable, it's because there is no other choice. What are you going to do? Shake your fist at the sky? And we don't know what it means. We don't know what it means for work. We know that if you get it right, you augment yourself on a scale of which you cannot comprehend. Augmented humans is a very attractive thing. So we become super productive units. That's okay once the baby boomers have died off. It's not okay when we've got too many of us around still, because we just don't need as many humans. That's the hypothesis. Now, could it be that we create enough productive activity through this change in productivity that we can employ more humans in these kind of areas? I don't know. But the problem is we've got robots coming as well. So if the AI doesn't get your job, the robots will get your job. So it's a very, very scary place for work. But oh my God, if you leverage this, I think it's a renaissance for both global economies and for people themselves.
This point of view takes us to what happens when you put together AI and what Raoul Pal calls universal basic equity.
Which is in Web3, in these decentralized nations, digital nation state societies, communities, you can own the assets or the currency of those communities, and you can be rewarded for being a good community member. And we're seeing that all over the place now. It's pretty nascent, but it's everywhere. And if that is the case, then we can replace our purpose. And our purpose could be society and community. Now, what that means, could it be for work output? Could it be for leisure output? It doesn't really matter. Could it be for cultural output? For sure. For sure, Louis Vuitton understand this. For sure, Nike understands this. Is the loyalty of Web3 and tokenized assets, whether it's a loyalty currency, community currency like Starbucks, or whether it's an NFT like Adidas, these things are making people participate in the success of those brands, those cultures. And we will see this in music, and we'll see it all over the place. So I'm actually interested in how do we adapt, because we will not be able to all be supercomputing AI geniuses, and there'll be such a proliferation of newsletters. We're already seeing it. How many bloody AI newsletters are there? There's like 50, and they've all come, and they're all being written by ChatGPT-4. So there's excess content, excess everything else, and we're going to need a purpose and a meaning and a place of trust. And a place of trust is these digital societies online. It's the digital network state idea of Balaji, something I've been talking about for a very long time, is this way that we live our digital lives. Like you and I, we've never met. I've spoken to you so many times. I'll consider you a friend. We hit each other up. We'll chat about stuff. We will talk to each other in this digital representation. We live in the same community, which is somewhere the nexus of FinTwit and crypto Twitter. And those are the overlaps. And we're both kind of in the media area as well. So there's these number of overlaps of these digital societies that we both belong to. And that's very different a world than it was before 2008. That didn't exist. I mean, Facebook was 2012. So again, it's one of the answers for society is staring us in the face, which is we can find a purpose. And the purpose is humanity, culture, brand, businesses, by doing it together with more agency, where we get to choose. It's going to really struggle to understand what is truth, what is my role, who humans are, and where is this all leading to? Because if you put unlimited energy at a low price, virtually zero, you add AI, robotics, and all of this stuff, you add networks from space outside of sovereign control, which is what's happening. I mean, people don't really understand space is a non-sovereign place of which there is a massive commercialization going on a scale most people don't understand. We've got, I've lost my train of thought, but we've got all of this kind of mega trends going on, and for society itself, I don't know how we can keep up, and how we do not draw the ... add quantum computing end of humanity. I cannot get there where we don't have that, because once you put exponential computing power with exponential knowledge, with which self-learns, with zero cost of energy, I mean, humans are pointless. And that's very hard.
What does Raoul Pal think about the current job cycle that's already bad without AI replacing people and an upcoming recession?
I think that is a very real moment in time. The other side of this is a renaissance, where humans are empowered in ways that they've never been empowered before. And we will see some unbelievable things. We will see unbelievable breakthroughs in medicines. We'll see unbelievable breakthrough in healthcare, in longevity spans, all sorts of incredible things. But then we've got the existential risk. We've referred to, it's basically the singularity. Do we merge with the robots, or do the robots overrun us? But there's some other existential risks. I spoke to somebody at Google X, and he's like, well, we're not worried about that. It's like, that's further down the track. I said, what are you worried about? Because we're terrified that everybody's actually releasing the technology slower than they've actually got. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, what we're worried about is gene editing using AI, because you can do rapid scientific tests, which we've been unable to do. You don't need the hypothesis testing scientific method, and he said, we're worried that you can edit genes and create a virus that says anybody with blue eyes should be exterminated. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I hadn't even thought about that. It's like, these are the things they're grappling with. The other larger part of this is, people hate this, but I know it to be true. Well, I think it to be true. So that means that governments get behind productivity that we're seeing, and that leads to an acceleration in technology. If you've got less people, you replace them with robots and AI. Problem is robots and AI are exponential in their knowledge scaling, and before you know it, you've killed humanity, in which case you need to go somewhere else. So anyway, that's there's a lot of steps and phases to this, and I can't remember what
And to close this fantastic interview, there are also dangers in putting AI in the wrong hands, even if it can be profitable.
And I think this ludicrous idea of alignment, we must get them aligned with humanity. But then when you listen to Sam Altman speak and you say, well, how does this work? He's like, I don't know. When you listen to him speak to Lex Fridman, he actually asked the honest question, which is, do you think this is AGI? I don't know what it is. And it appears to learn, and it appears not to learn in human ways, which was the same observation DeepMind had when they saw it play Go. And if you watch the documentary, at first it was predictable, then it lost a game, then it became completely unpredictable. And it won every single game ever, because it never played another human move again, essentially. And so I don't know how you align it. Humans aren't aligned. This is Emad Mostak's big point. He's like, I'm sorry, but Pakistan AI is different to Indian AI because there's no alignment of the philosophical parts of society, the memes that run their lives, the religion. societal constructs. The US cannot be the AI for the world because it doesn't fit China or the Philippines or Japan. Why should it? Because I don't think there's alignment because humans aren't aligned, except they don't want their mutual destruction, but they still seem to want to kill each other all day, every day anyway. And I don't think you can regulate it. And I think Emmad's move was genius with Stability AI, which is open source, and also terrifying. Because he said, this is the most powerful technology the world will ever invent, and we cannot just give it to Google and Microsoft and let them run it for the world. And then maybe a Chinese version. He said that's not right, because that's the mass destruction of global culture. Let alone, it's worse than the Middle East and the US having all the oil. That causes enough problem. This would be a catastrophic situation. So he's like, so open source it. And India can have its own AI, Pakistan can have its own AI, the Middle East, everybody can have their own culturally relevant AI, etc. Brilliant. Makes it completely unstoppable, which is terrifying because it accelerates it. So I don't know the answer. I think there are no good answers here. And so my argument with all of this is, we don't know. It's clear there's a lot of outcomes, of which many of them are terrifying. Blindly say, I'm going to throw myself into this and buy the ticket, take the ride, see where the fuck it goes.
What are your thoughts about all of this? Have you tried ChatGPT? Are you going to buy the ticket and ride the train as an investor? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks.